Nobody expected Steven Seagal's daughter to step foot in a WWE ring. But when she did, the entire arena felt a sudden shift in the air. It started as a rumor, whispers floating through locker rooms and fan forums that Arissa LeBrock, the daughter of the legendary martial artist and action star Steven Seagal, was training for a surprise debut. Most dismissed it as another celebrity crossover fantasy. But behind the scenes, something extraordinary was happening. Arissa wasn't just dabbling in wrestling, she was training like her life depended on it. Born into martial arts royalty, Arissa inherited her father's precision and her mother, Kelly LeBrock's grace. But what truly set her apart was her drive. She wasn't interested in fame, she wanted respect. Inside the gym, she trained with former WWE veterans, learning how to grapple, strike, and perform under pressure. Coaches described her as a quiet storm, calm, focused, and explosive when unleashed. When news leaked that she had signed with WWE's Performance Center, social media erupted. "Steven Seagal's daughter in WWE?" one fan wrote. "She's about to choke someone out for real." Others doubted she could handle the brutal physicality of pro wrestling, but Arissa didn't respond. She let her work do the talking. Her debut was announced for Monday Night Raw, and the internet went into meltdown mode. WWE's marketing machine leaned into the hype. "A new force is coming," the promos teased, showing only her silhouette performing devastating strikes in slow motion. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. "Is that legit? That kick looked real," one viewer tweeted as teaser clips circulated online. Even veteran wrestlers began whispering about the mysterious newcomer whose style looked more MMA than WWE. Backstage, Arissa stayed calm, her black gloves taped, her expression unreadable. "You nervous?" a producer asked her before the match. She smiled slightly. "Not nervous," she said, "prepared." And when her entrance music hit, a thunderous blend of drums and Japanese taiko beats, the arena fell silent for a split second before exploding in cheers and disbelief. This wasn't just another debut. This was the beginning of something that would shake the entire WWE women's division to its core. But what happened next would make fans' jaws drop even further, because Arissa didn't just enter the ring, she took control of it. In the next segment, you'll see how Arissa's very first opponent, a seasoned WWE veteran, never saw what hit her. The lights dimmed, the music roared, and the WWE universe held its breath. Arissa LeBrock was here. Her opponent that night was none other than Rhea Ripley, the dominant women's world champion. Nobody believed a rookie would face someone of Ripley's caliber on night one. But WWE was making a statement. This wasn't going to be a warm-up. This was baptism by fire. As Arissa stepped through the ropes, her demeanor was ice cold. She bowed slightly, a martial artist's gesture that drew curiosity from the crowd. Rhea smirked. "You're in my world now," she taunted. The bell rang. What happened next was pure shock. Rhea charged first, classic power move, but Arissa slipped aside with surgical precision, catching Rhea's arm and flipping her over in a seamless judo throw. The crowd erupted into chaos. Commentators lost their minds. "What was that?" shouted Corey Graves. "That's not wrestling. That's combat." Fans watching at home went wild on social media. "Bro, she just tossed Rhea like she weighed nothing," one post read. Memes and reaction videos flooded Twitter within minutes. Arissa's movements were mesmerizing. Controlled, deliberate, deadly. Every strike looked like it could end the match, yet she flowed effortlessly between offense and defense. She wasn't playing a WWE character, she was bringing real martial discipline into the squared circle. Then came the moment that sealed her debut in history. As Rhea tried to deliver her trademark riptide finisher, Arissa countered midair, twisting, locking Rhea's arm, and dropping into a brutal arm lock. The submission was instantaneous. The champ screamed, tapping out in disbelief. The bell rang again. The crowd went silent for a heartbeat. and then exploded in absolute disbelief. The undefeated champion had just tapped out to a rookie. Fans online lost it. Is this real? Did Rhea actually tap? Seagal's daughter just broke the matrix. WWE's official YouTube channel uploaded the clip within minutes, and it hit 1 million views in under an hour. Backstage, officials were scrambling. This wasn't scripted dominance. This was genuine star power being born. Arissa had proven herself in one match. She wasn't just Steven Seagal's daughter anymore. She was the most dangerous woman in WWE. But as she left the ring, one figure was watching closely from the shadows, someone who wasn't thrilled about this new power shift. Next, you'll see the shocking confrontation backstage that nearly turned into a real fight. When Arissa walked backstage after her victory, she expected congratulations. Instead, she walked into chaos. Backstage morale was tense. Some wrestlers were thrilled by her performance, others were furious. "She made Rhea look weak," one veteran shouted. "That's not how we do things here," whispers spread. WWE's top women stars felt threatened, and one in particular was ready to confront her, Charlotte Flair. Charlotte stormed up to Arissa's locker room, cameras catching glimpses of the heated exchange. "You think you can walk in here and steal the spotlight?" Charlotte snapped. Arissa stood her ground. "I didn't steal anything," she said calmly. "I earned it." The confrontation was pure electricity. Agents had to step in before things got physical. But that moment, leaked online within hours, became one of the most viewed behind-the-scenes clips of the year. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. "This is real heat," one Reddit thread read. "Charlotte looks pissed." WWE capitalized instantly. The next week, they booked Arissa versus Charlotte Flair live on SmackDown. The internet exploded. Hollywood versus Legacy, the promos declared. Bloodline versus Bloodline. During the build-up, Charlotte cut one of her most intense promos yet. "You might be Seagal's daughter, but in this ring, I'm the queen." Arissa's response was calm and devastating. In martial arts, the loudest one in the room is the weakest. Fans went wild. "This feud feels real," one YouTuber commented. "You can see it in their eyes." When the night came, the arena was electric. The bell rang, and for the first time, Arissa struggled. Charlotte's experience, speed, and ring IQ pushed her to the limit. Every suplex, every chop echoed through the crowd. "This is a war," screamed Michael Cole. But in the final moments, Arissa countered Charlotte's moonsault with a spinning back kick straight to the jaw, a move her father famously used in his films. The crowd lost its mind. Charlotte collapsed. 1, 2, 3. Arissa had done it again. 2 of WWE's biggest names, defeated in back-to-back weeks. But as she stood victorious, she didn't celebrate. She just bowed and walked away. The silence, the control, it was haunting. And somewhere far away, her father, Steven Seagal himself, was watching. The next phase of her journey was about to get even more personal. Coming up next, the moment Steven Seagal himself entered the WWE arena. And what he said left everyone speechless. The WWE Universe thought they had seen everything until Steven Seagal walked into the arena. It happened during a live broadcast of Raw. Arissa had just finished a brutal tag team match when suddenly the lights went out. The big screen flickered, and there he was, the master himself. "You've done well, my daughter," Steven said in his signature calm tone. The crowd exploded. Commentators lost their voices. "Is that Steven Seagal?" Fans on social media went insane. "No way! Actual Steven Seagal in WWE?" Clips flooded TikTok with millions of views in hours. Even celebrities like The Rock and John Cena reacted online. When Seagal appeared in person the following week, the moment became legendary. Dressed in his classic black outfit and sunglasses, he walked to the ring slowly, bowing to his daughter. The crowd chanted his name in unison. But then, things took a darker turn. Midway through his speech about discipline and respect, Paul Heyman interrupted. Accompanied by his client, the ruthless Brock Lesnar, Heyman mocked the martial artist. "This isn't Hollywood, old man," he sneered. "In this world, the beast runs things." The tension skyrocketed. Seagal didn't flinch. "Maybe your beast should learn some control," he replied coldly. Fans couldn't believe what they were witnessing. Steven Seagal and Brock Lesnar in the same ring, staring each other down. The arena was trembling. "Are we about to see a fight?" screamed the commentators. Security rushed in, breaking the standoff, but the seed was planted. WWE fans began demanding a dream showdown, Lesnar and Arissa vs. Seagal's legacy. Social media went into meltdown again. Hashtags like Nichi Seagal in WWE and Your Father-Daughter Power trended worldwide. Behind the scenes, WWE executives realized they had struck gold, a crossover storyline blending real martial arts heritage with sports entertainment drama. It wasn't just a feud anymore, it was a movement. In interviews, Arissa revealed how emotional it was to share the moment with her father. "He taught me to never fake strength," she said, "in the ring or in life." But little did she know, her biggest challenge wasn't Lesnar. It was coming from someone she least expected, a rival who knew her from the past and wanted revenge. Next, Arissa's former training partner from Japan arrives in WWE, and what follows shocks even Seagal himself. Just when Arissa's rise seemed unstoppable, a mysterious new name appeared on WWE's roster, Kira Tanaka. To casual fans, she was just another new signee. But those who followed Japanese wrestling knew the truth. Kira was Arissa's old rival from her dojo days, the one fighter who had ever beaten her in training. When WWE announced Kira's arrival, fans immediately began speculating. Are they going to face each other? This could be match of the decade. Backstage, things were icy. Kira ignored Arissa during rehearsals, barely offering a nod. "I'm not here for you," she said coldly. "I'm here to prove who the real warrior is." The build-up to their match was cinematic. WWE aired old dojo footage, grainy clips of their sparring sessions, Seagal's voice in the background teaching them both. It wasn't just a match. It was unfinished history. The night of their showdown, the atmosphere was unlike anything WWE had seen. The crowd was dead silent as the bell rang. The two circled. Pure martial artists, no theatrics, no trash talk. Just focus. Then the strikes began. Lightning-fast kicks, precision counters, submission attempts that looked too real. Commentators shouted, "This doesn't look like wrestling. This looks like a fight." Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. "This is art," one YouTube reaction screamed. The crowd erupted into chaos as Arissa and Kira traded devastating moves. Every second felt dangerous. But the defining moment came when Arissa caught Kira mid-kick and transitioned into a brutal spinning throw, the same move her father used in Under Siege. The crowd exploded. Kira hit the mat hard. 1, 2, 3. Arissa had conquered her past. But instead of celebrating, she helped Kira to her feet and bowed, a gesture of respect that brought the audience to their feet. Even Kira, dazed but proud, returned the bow. That moment went viral, not for violence, but for honor. "This is what wrestling should be," fans wrote, pure emotion. However, backstage, WWE higher-ups were already plotting the next big angle, one that would push Arissa beyond anything she'd faced before. The Beast was waiting, and this time there would be no mercy. The night was set. Brock Lesnar vs. Arissa LeBrock, the first-ever intergender showdown that would test power, legacy, and respect. The build-up was colossal. Promos aired with Seagal narrating in his calm, eerie tone. In every generation, strength must be tested. Clips showed Arissa training in the snow, Lesnar lifting mountains of weights, and the tagline appeared: "The Beast meets the air." When the match began, the crowd was louder than ever. Lesnar smirked, clearly underestimating his smaller opponent. "You sure about this?" he growled. Arissa simply nodded. The bell rang. Lesnar charged, and Arissa dodged, striking his leg with a vicious kick that stunned him. The crowd gasped. "Did she just hurt Lesnar?" Michael Cole yelled, but the Beast retaliated fast, tossing her across the ring like a rag doll. The fans screamed. "Oh my God, that's it!" Yet Arissa refused to stay down. She rose, eyes blazing, channeling the calm fury of her lineage. "You can't break what's already forged," she whispered. She launched a barrage of counters, palm strikes, knees, grapples, every move executed with martial precision. Lesnar tried to overpower her, but she turned his strength against him, using balance and leverage just like her father taught her. The crowd was losing its mind. "This is unreal. This isn't supposed to happen." Then came the finish. Lesnar went for the F5, but mid-spin, Arissa slipped free, locking in a standing armbar, twisting with perfect timing. Lesnar roared in pain. The Beast, the man who destroyed legends, tapped out. Silence. Then chaos. The entire arena exploded. Fans were crying, cheering, stunned. "Arissa just made Brock Lesnar tap," shouted the commentary team. Backstage, even Vince McMahon, watching remotely, was said to be in disbelief. "She's the future," one producer whispered. As the crowd chanted her name, Steven Seagal entered the ring, embracing his daughter. "You've done what I never could," he said softly. Cameras zoomed in on their emotional moment. A true passing of the torch. Social media broke records that night. The clip hit 50 million views in 24 hours. Hashtags like #LeBrock Legacy trended worldwide. Fans called it the greatest WWE crossover moment of all time. And as the lights dimmed, Arissa looked at the crowd and said, "This isn't the end. It's the beginning." The screen faded to black. Could Arissa LeBrock be the next face of WWE? Fans are still debating. But one thing's for sure. The legacy of Seagal has just begun.